I'm a very driven girl. Also, by the way, side note, I love Cardi.
Same.
But like, I'm very, very ambitious, and I'm a go-getter. And I'm like, if I want something, I'm gonna it. And if I want to do something, I'm gonna be the best at it. Or I'm gonna be the most successful at it. Like, I'm very, very, very determined, and I don't like to fail, and I don't fail, and I will never fail. So like, if someone ever tries to prevent my downfall, honey, you're gonna lose.
Like, I've been through trial and error with dating, and I've kind of like tried every possible way to date, waiting to tell someone, telling someone right away. At the end of the day, and what I've learned is that just be honest. Just tell them everything.
Yeah.
Like, be straight up. If that's your person, that's your person. If they're not your person, they're not your person. So like, now, obviously, like, I'm straight up. I'm a mother.
Yeah.
Like, just be honest. Just be straight up. I'm a mother. Is that okay? I don't really care if it's okay or not, but
of the meme.
I'm a mommy. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
There's a major update in the Huda Mustafa restraining order situation. New footage has surfaced, the case that was dismissed last week just got revived, and Huda herself is responding to all of it. Let's break down everything that's happened and what's new right now. If you're not caught up, here's the background. Huda, from Love Island, went on to date Lewis Russell from Too Hot to Handle after the show. Back in February, Lewis's ex and the mother of his son, Nicole, filed for a temporary restraining order against Huda in California. According to the legal documents Nicole filed, Huda had flown into LAX from North Carolina and over the course of about 12 hours sent a series of alarming messages, including threats against her own life. Nicole stated that Huda then took an Uber to the apartment building where she and her son live and got inside the building without being invited. Nicole said she feared for her safety and her son's safety, and that this wasn't the first time she'd experienced harassment from Huda. A podcast called Storytime with Ricky published a set of messages allegedly between Huda and Louis from that period. The messages showed Huda growing increasingly upset after Louis stopped responding to her, accusing him of being unfaithful with Nicole and documenting her location as she traveled to and entered the apartment building looking for him. The tone of the messages escalated significantly, with Huda expressing that she felt abandoned and making references to not being there the next day if she didn't get to see him. Given the seriousness of those statements, it's worth noting clearly, if you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of self-harm, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is available by call or text at any time. A judge granted the temporary restraining order, requiring Huda to stay away from Nicole, her son, and their home pending a court hearing. Huda denied the allegations publicly, posting on Instagram that what was being said about her wasn't true and that she was letting her legal team handle it. At the time, Louis appeared to be standing by her. He posted a photo of the two of them on his Instagram story with the caption, "My Queen," despite the situation playing out publicly. That public united front didn't last. At the end of last month, Huda and Louis announced through a joint statement to TMZ that they had mutually decided to part ways. The statement said they were focusing on their individual paths going forward. Her on motherhood and her music career, him on fatherhood and his own pursuits, and that they remained friends with mutual respect. Shortly after the breakup became public, the restraining order case went back to court on June 5th. Neither Nicole nor Huda showed up to the hearing. Because nobody appeared to move the case forward, the judge dissolved the temporary restraining order and dismissed the case for lack of prosecution. At that point, it looked like the situation was over. Then this week, TMZ released footage from the night the original incident took place. Multiple angles showing Huda trying to get into Nicole's apartment complex, including footage of her in the parking garage on her phone trying to find a way in. Huda responded to the footage being released with a comment that read, "I'm glad y'all blessed her with that 50K she needed so badly. Peace and love, everyone." A number of people interpreted that as Huda suggesting Nicole had either been paid by TMZ to release the footage, or that Nicole was using the footage as leverage for a payout. The comments spread, and people started showing up in Lewis's comment section, asking if he and Nicole had split money from the situation. One person wrote something to the effect of him feeling good with his share. Lewis responded directly, saying he wished he had seen any money but that nobody was getting paid, and clarified that the footage wasn't something sold to TMZ. It was footage that had already been used as part of the original court filing for the restraining order. So that footage wasn't new evidence being shopped around for a payday. It was material that existed inside the legal case from the beginning and only became public now. Here's where it gets interesting. After the footage came out and started circulating widely, Nicole successfully moved to revive her request for the restraining order. the same case that had just been dismissed days earlier for lack of prosecution. The timing raises a real question. If that footage had already been part of the original court filing, Nicole would have already seen it before the first hearing. So her sudden push to revive the case right as the footage went viral suggests the renewed motivation may have had more to do with the public reaction and the spotlight returning to the situation than with her seeing anything for the first time. Whatever was behind the timing, the case is now back in motion rather than closed. Through all of this, Huda has largely kept her public focus on her music career rather than addressing the legal situation directly. She released her first single, Bad Girls, along with a music video, and has talked about more music coming in the future. In a recent interview, she spoke about her ambition and drive, saying she considers herself extremely determined and that she doesn't plan on failing at what she's building. She framed any criticism or attempts to derail her as something she intends to push through rather than be affected by. She has not made any extended public statements specifically addressing the revived restraining order case or the footage controversy beyond that one comment about the alleged payment. So here's where things actually stand. The original restraining order stemmed from a documented and serious incident, Huda traveling to Nicole's building, sending alarming messages, and gaining entry without invitation, according to Nicole's sworn court filings. That case got dismissed on a technicality when neither party showed up to a hearing. New footage from that same incident has now resurfaced publicly, leading to public accusations about payment that Louis has directly denied, and the case itself has been revived as a result of the renewed attention. What happens next depends entirely on whether this revived case actually makes it to a real hearing this time or whether it ends up being dismissed again. The last time this matter was scheduled to be heard, the case didn't move forward because neither party appeared in court. As a result, there was never a full examination of the allegations, evidence, or competing claims. That's why the upcoming court date is so important. For the first time in a while, there may be an opportunity for the legal system, not social media, to address the dispute directly. And that's significant because this story has increasingly played out online rather than in a courtroom. Viral clips, reaction videos, comment sections, and public speculation have all fueled interest in the case. Millions of people have formed opinions based on snippets of footage and secondhand accounts. But ultimately, a court proceeding is where evidence can actually be presented, challenged, and evaluated. Another major difference now is that Huda and Louis are no longer together. When they were still in a relationship, the situation involved multiple overlapping personal dynamics, including the restraining order and the complicated history between the people involved. With that relationship now over, some of those layers have been removed. However, the legal dispute between Huda and Nicole clearly remains unresolved. The fact that Nicole chose to revive the case after the footage gained widespread attention has raised questions among observers. Some believe the timing is purely coincidental and that she simply wants the matter addressed through the courts. Others think the renewed public attention may have played a role in bringing the case back into focus. At this stage, there are still more questions than answers. Will both parties appear? Will the case proceed to a hearing on the merits? Will new evidence emerge? Or will the dispute once again stall before any substantive ruling is made? Those are the questions that will determine where this story goes from here. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Do you believe this case will finally be resolved in court this time? And what do you make of the timing behind Nicole's decision to revive it right after the footage went viral? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future updates on the biggest viral stories, internet controversies, and celebrity news making headlines online. And if anything discussed in this story affected you personally, support is available. In the United States, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline can be reached anytime by calling or texting 988. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.